So I got this pattern here, which I want to use as a rope trim underneath this piece here, and I've got this gravelly trim piece here that I'm going to use as kind of the background, the darker layer here. You won't see a lot of the details, so I'm not too worried about the amount of destruction. And I'm also going to use this piece a little later down here to make a line of full-on destruction and pebbles and such. So we're going to go from a pristine to cracked to fully destroyed and have a transition into actual soil. So without that being said, what I'm going to do is combine these two layers to get a trim layer that has a variation between the top and the bottom. The easiest way, of course, is to grab the pixels from this shape, make a mask, probably invert it, and then I can take that mask and grab, let's see, if I go actually I can take a chunk of concrete from my base foundation, come back up here, and hit Control V, so there's that. So I'm going to apply that mask to that. So let's hide that, and we'll move this on top of it. I want it on that right there. And put that on this. And then we gotta get the mask down here. We'll get the mask down here. Well, could you work with me in Photoshop? There we go. I'm losing here. There we go. There. Okay. That's where I'm headed. Tight fit. Let's scale this up a little bit. Okay. So what I can do here is actually scale this to match the actual concrete layer, so they just work in conjunction with the mask. All right, so now I've got that kind of set up. Let's go ahead and darken this up. And now I want to kind of add a little pop. Like a drop shadow and a dark line on the actual piece here. And what I've done here in the past, let's make a duplicate. I've made a mess of things and it hasn't always worked. I'm going to go ahead and apply the mask to this. So it's doing the same thing, right? So I got that on there. So let's go ahead and duplicate. Let's click into the layer style here. And if I add a stroke, let's make that dark. And I made it, so we're going to play with it. Let's go make it center, normal, and let's just make it normal, huge. We can see kind of what's going on there. The opacity needs to be up. All right, so there's a hard edge. So that edge just adds a little bit of crispness to it. We can make it like a linear burn or darken, then we can make it a little bit thicker again. And it adds a little crispness to it. So let's hit OK. Now let's clean up our pixels. What I'll probably have to do is just going to make an outline over everything. Yeah, it is. There's a couple things we can do, but that's okay. Now I want to move those pieces together. So the easy thing to do here is I can grab those and I can lock them together. What does that lock them? What is it? I can connect them. Link them? Link layers. Now, whenever I move one, it's going to move the other one. And I'll cover all my transforms, in fact. So Control H to get our grid back, and let's get our rope in here. So there's two, of course I can have it to where it's encapsulated. Or where there's a trim box, like a box, or I can just stack it right on top of each other. There we go. Now, of course, there, because it is a has a color burn and a linear burn and whatever. If I'm not careful, I can overlap them and create issues. All right, so that tells me I'm gonna have to actually just cut it all together. So let's delete that one and let's go ahead and just trim this down, all the way down. What I can do here, I got an idea. So what's happening? Go here. I'm going to hit delete on this one and then delete on that one. Slide that over here and do repeat the process. Nudge, nudge. Delete, delete, and then we'll repeat the process for up here. Delete, delete. All right, and my son is getting his philosophical view on lockdown. All right, cool. So now it'll just go right to, it'll just duplicate right on over. Now I have this mask set up, and I know that if I want to be super anal about it, I could change the background pattern of my rope. It looks like it has a little, it's a little off. I got a couple copies of it, looks like. Oh, several things are moving. Oh, the locks have left. That's what happened. Okay, son of a gun. Let's just go ahead and let's do this real quick. Let's do a test real quick. I'll hit Control E. All right, so let's change that from normal to darken. Let's see, that's all working out pretty good. It's not fantastic, but that's working out not so bad. Hit Control E, blend them together. Now it's a little faint for me. It's a little faint, so if I go up and see if I can duplicate it a couple times, just kind of stack it up a little bit. Control E. The option is probably go into layers, or I can add a different. I'll play with it. It's not bad though. I don't mind it. Hit Control S to save it. And so, what I want to do now is create just some paneling. So hit Control H. I'm going to go into, let's close our trim. I'm gonna have another piece of trim in there. What have I worked on? The originals. Right, there we go. Slide that down a little bit. Give it some space. The only thing I probably add after this is just like round trim, like crown and beveled edges that I can just kind of stack up and make it look like it's a crown molding type situation. But that's not really what I'm at to right now. Let's go ahead and create one more cracks folder and call this small cracks. And this will just be the actual structure of the concrete tiling. And all I'm going to do here is just draw some boxes based on the. I'll just draw one box and duplicate it. So new layer, image, do a stroke, make it 5 pixels right now, make it dark, burnt umberish, hit OK. Control H. 5 pixels wasn't a whole lot less than I thought it would be. So, of course, we play around multiply. It's not going to do a whole lot with such small size. But what I can do here is just slide. Oopsie. Put it right there and just duplicate that. All right, so I'm gonna save. I could do one more. Let's go ahead and do the top one. And that makes it allows me to have this concept of it being bricks or tiles, and I can get away with it. And if I need to, I can make this one even smaller to where I actually have it broken up into smaller bricks like this, which is, let's fix that real quick. And that'll look even better. Ooh, didn't do it. There we go. Alright, so there, now everything kind of looks more like bricks. I leave that as it is because these could be used as bricks as well, which means I could actually even do something down here to do crumbled bricks later. I don't know, but let's go ahead and save a copy. JPEG. This is concrete trim sheet, and it's going to be in my trim sheet research folder. Alright, hit OK. I know it's not clean. It's got some areas where it's just a little messy. I'm just playing around. Let's hit Control, save. Let's close that. And now what we're going to do, I'm going to build something in Max. So next video.